What's up guys, Matt from Vaporizer here, back again helping to keep you up to date with the latest in weed vaping news and tech. Now I'm back for you guys this week with another one of our concentrated reviews. We recently got sent this awesome Airis Quaser from our buddies over at Airistech, just after copying their earlier releases this year, the Queser line of vapes, or Quartz Authority line of wax vaporizers. Namely the Headbanger and the Q-tip here. So the Headbanger was my pick for wax vape of the year. So in portable wax vaporizers, there wasn't much of an advancement this year. Obviously the Puffco Peak and the Dr. Dabba Switch in the more desktop category were the real releases that were sort of got everyone's eyes peeled. But this Airistech Headbanger was a sneaky little vape that was released a bit earlier in the year to pretty much critical acclaim worldwide. I've seen some great reviews for this device. We actually got our own review that we did a couple months back, but this is actually a dual dip and dab vaporizer. So it's got a coil in the bottom that you can sort of dip into concentrates and use like a nectar straw, while at the same time loading up your wax into just the general sort of atomizer in the middle here. Obviously a little water adapter in the top so you can chuck in a little bit of aqua, get your filtration game on point. And this is just a really stealthy device, super discreet, great battery life, very easy to use and get your head around. The Q-tip was a little bit more like a traditional sort of wax vape. So having a look at the Q-tip, it's pretty similar to the Quaser here in design. The Q-tip has actually been modeled just on the traditional 510 thread concentrate pen. So if you're living in a place where weed's legal, like Canada or the States like I am, I've got these little 510 thread concentrate pens, so you can get your favorite concentrate loaded up into these little ceramic atomizers which screw directly into the general 510 thread battery. So with this Q-tip here, they've actually gone for the same design, but this isn't a 510 thread pen. It does have 510 threading, so you can use it with your favorite cartridges, but the atomizer and stuff on top is just a traditional quartz concentrate atomizer. So taking a look at this one, let's remove this glass outer casing and ceramic mouthpiece. You can see it's got a quartz atomizer in the middle there. And their quartz atomizers are pretty unique. They're their patented Q-cell quartz therapy atomizer. Very terpy, obviously, as opposed to some other ceramic or even cotton models. Offers great terps. It doesn't heat up to the extent that I would maybe like, so it doesn't reach as high temperatures as my ceramic X-Max V1 Plus. But for a terpy vapor experience, these Airistech Q-tip and Headbanger are fantastic vaporizers. In my opinion, the Headbanger runs hotter, so if you're looking for a vape that's going to be great for everyday concentrate use, the Headbanger is something for you. If you're just looking for something that's going to be a bit more portable, you can take on the go, the Q-tip is the device. So we're going to have a look at the new vape, the Airis Quaser. Now this doesn't come with the same Quartz Authority packaging, but it does come equipped with the same Q-cell quartz atomizer. So looking at the pack, guys, very simple. They've just got the general information on the back, just telling you about voltage, charging, etc. This one runs at 3.4, 3.7 and 4.2 volts, so you can mess around with a couple of different temps, get some different flavors happening in there. What's cool about this vape is kind of like the Puffco Pro and the Puffco Plus, they're little pens. It comes with an included dabber in the mouthpiece here. So you can pull this little mouthpiece out. You can see it's got a titanium dab tool built in that I've been using on some crumble. So you can just scoop that directly into your concentrates and then place that into the top of your atomizer here, like so. And it just ends up looking pretty similar to a traditional 510 thread cartridge, which is quite discreet. It just looks kind of like an e-cigarette almost. So if you're using this in a public setting, if you're living in a place where weed isn't so legal, and it's not going to sort of draw any adverse attention or turn any heads. So screwing it into the top of this 510 thread pen, just like this, you can see, obviously again, just comparing it to that disposable dab pen, very similar in appearance. Turning this one on, just as simple as 5 clicks, and you'll see it start to light up. It's got a preheat method on the front. You can change between the colors, so obviously the lowest being green, middle is blue, and red being the highest. Double clicking this will help to preheat the chamber, so it'll just heat up, and when that flicks over to green, it means that it's preheated and ready to take a toke of. So a little bit of vapor off that one. I still had a bit of crumble loaded up in here, but I'm going to take another dab so we can see how this thing really blows. It's got a simple 5-pin micro USB cable in the bottom, so just compatible with any of your smartphones or whatever. If you've got one of them laying about, that'll be fine for your Quaser as well. So I'm just going to load up some concentrates now, guys, into the top. With this one here, we'll take another quick look at the atomizer. So you can see that it's already become stained. I only just loaded this one up the other day, but you actually require quite a large dab to get this thing blown. So you chuck in a glob of dabs, melt it down a little bit so the whole atomizer gets a bit of residual sort of concentrate over it, and then all the next dabs that you're taking after that, you're going to notice the cloud a lot more. But initially you do have to get a bit of soak up in there, which is pretty similar to liquid pads if you've ever used them with a portable vaporizer. So just load up some concentrate. I got some New York diesel sugar wax in here. Give it a pretty liberal size dab, see what we can get out of that. So obviously you don't want to overload it, as the atomizer can become quite stuck and end up popping on you, or it'll have to be sort of cleaned with a little Q-tip or something. But just loading a pretty moderate sized dab like that, it's going to be great for our first little session on this one. So I'm not going to preheat it. I prefer just to heat it myself. I hold it down for a couple of seconds. Just 1, 2, through the window you can see vapor and you start to take your toke. Ooh, it's a very decent vapor off that first hit. Extremely terpy. So some of the ceramic pens I've used I haven't been overly chuffed with, but this quartz atomizer has really seemed to pack a punch. Guys, the Airis Quaser is an awesome entry-level wax vape. If you're looking for a simple little device that you can just take on the go, have a little container of concentrates with you and just sort of load up dab by dab instead of having to get a cartridge or continuously load up another little dab pen with your packing tool. Just checking out the impact that had. So it's still got a huge dab left over on that little stick there. It's not actually using a full conduction form of vaping, which most concentrate vapes do. This titanium dabber doesn't come into contact with the atomizer, so as the atomizer heats up, it's sort of making the liquid drip on down. So it's a little bit of a dual convection conduction effect. Just have another toke here. So not as big a cloud as you expect from a different sort of dab pen with ceramic atomizer on the inside, but the flavor just knocks it out of the park, guys. Check out the Airistech Quaser in the blog. We've got a full review there. And remember to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with the latest in weed vaping news and tech. Thanks, guys.